Hello, my name's Michelle and I'm the director of ILA, and it is my privilege to just welcome all of you potential homeschoolers or continuing homeschoolers to this video to get some information and encouragement about the fall 2020. ILA has been serving the homeschooling community for almost 8 years now, and we want you to know that nothing has changed. We are homeschoolers. We intimately understand the challenges and anxiety that come every fall, regardless of the circumstances. And COVID-19 does not change the fact that homeschoolers are problem solvers and overcomers. We will get through this. So I want to reassure you that the ILA admin team has been brainstorming behind the scenes to take all the wisdom and knowledge that we've learned over the years to benefit our homeschool community. We want to come up with ideas that are fresh and meet your needs in a way that also demonstrates honor and acknowledgement to the restrictions that COVID-19 has placed on on-site learning and face-to-face classes and classroom experience. So with that, as we move into the fall, we are focused right now solely on an online schedule. And the reason for that is because we still don't know if vouchers can be used for face-to-face learning. And we know that over 85% of our population uses the benefit of charter school voucher dollars to pay for those classes that they take with us. So we want to make sure that we are taking care of you by being able to honor those vouchers. Additionally, the whole climate around the restrictions and what businesses will look like and what returning to school will look like is very fluid. And so rather than trying to pivot and adjust to the tide, we want to spend our time and energy focused on what we know we can do and set it apart with value-added service that is unique to ILA. So we will have an online schedule that will be coming out at the end, towards the end of July. And on that schedule, there will be 3 options. Now, we may not be able to release all 3 options at the same time because it's kind of complicated to build, but we will be bringing those forward by the end of the month. So those 3 options we are calling the Trifecta of Opportunity. Option number 1 is a traditional online classroom. However, what sets it apart is that we have been listening to our community and the community at large about what they like and don't like about distance learning. We've taken that information and kind of pressure cookered it down in order to be able to benefit benefit you and overcome the challenges that you've had. So we're going to be having smaller online classroom sizes. We're going to max our classes at 14. A lot of classes will be closer to 12, 10 or 12, because we want the students to still feel like they are connected and interacting not only with their instructor, but also with their peers. We don't want them to feel lost in the squares on the screen, so we're reducing our class size. We're also reducing the length of time of the class. We heard you talking so much about screen fatigue and just going online all day. And so we're going to reduce the length of our classes to 45 to 55 minutes, depending on what the class is. And then there's going to be a 15 or 20-minute break in between classes so that students have the opportunity to move around or complete a project or continue their research or just take a break and breathe in and out. The third thing that we're doing is implementing Google Classroom. For years, we have heard parents say we want that one-stop landing place where we can find a syllabus, grades, assignments, a way to connect with the instructor and find out what's going on. Homeschooling parents want an overview of what's happening with their kids in these classes that they're taking outside of the home. They want to be able to know what's happening without having to be responsible for all the management. And this is a great case for ILA to step in and utilize Google Classroom. Google Classroom will give us the landing place to put all that information with videos, clickable links, recommendations, assignments, and grades. So there's so much information there. It's too much to go into, but it's one stop. in that Google Classroom, you'll be able to find all that information and communicate not only with your instructor, but also with the other students in the class in posting forums. So it's a really awesome tool that we're going to take advantage of. That's the first option. The second option that we're looking at in our trifecta of opportunities is what we're calling teacher to table. Teacher to table is a concept we're super excited about because, again, back to the fact that we are listening to our community and listening to parents' needs, we understand that most homeschooling families take outside classes not only for the benefit of maybe subjects they're not comfortable with, but for that social interaction. But with COVID-19, we at this time don't see a way to make that happen in a learning environment that we feel is positive, powerful, and productive. So teacher to table is kind of a compromise of giving parents an opportunity to have the social interaction and letting ILA do what we do best, which is provide amazing instruction to homeschooling students. Teacher to table will allow parents to book a specific amount of time with a specific instructor to teach courses that you determine are what you need. Let me paint a little bit better picture on that. Let's say that you're a family, like mine was when I was homeschooling, that has 3 kids pretty close in age. And so you want to hire a tutor who's going to be the only monitor, if this is all online, at your table, but all 3 of your children are there, and maybe they're doing a literature study together, but then that instructor has connected with your students and she knows, oh, this 7th grader can do this bigger report. This 5th grader is just going to be doing a paragraph, and this 4th grader is going to be making some sort of a 3-dimensional project that they can demonstrate what they've learned and what they're excited about and be able to have something to share based on what they read. So that's one option. Also, with that option, you'll be able to share the cost between your 3 kids of paying for that instruction. Now, teacher to table is bigger than that because let's say that you have a small co-op group where your children already have peers that you do projects or field trips or just quality time together on a regular basis. With social distancing and restrictions with masks and how close we can be to one another, we want to put parents in the driver's seat of choosing how they gather. With teacher to table, you can bring in your friends and family, following whatever current guidelines are in place, to be able to meet at that table. Again, one teacher on a screen to a table. That way, that instructor is able to connect much more fluidly with just the group that's at the table, and maybe it's neighbors, and so you want to do it separately. You want to have that class separately, but just a small group of peers. So that means up to 3 separate tables, which would be 3 monitors for that instructor to be taken care of, can be ordered with teacher to table. Teacher to table has a lot of flexibility, and we'll be talking more about this as we get closer to registration. But right now, what we want you to know is that it gives you options to come together as a very small group with true tutoring, and you control the subject matter, you control the time. The third option that we have is one-on-one tutoring. Now, one-on-one tutoring is exactly what it sounds like. But again, as a homeschooling mom, I cannot sing the praises of bringing a tutor into your world strongly enough, because for 5 years, I brought a teacher to our home every single week to help all 3 of my kids. They were in different places, different subjects, different grade levels, and they had different needs at different times. But the consistency of having that one-on-one tutor allowed all of my children to be able to consistently move forward because she knew what their strengths and weaknesses were, and I controlled the time management. I controlled if I needed to focus all day today on math with just my 4th grader, or if I was going to split it up. Maybe my high schooler needed some help editing a research paper. Maybe my 5th grader just needed to work on their spelling and just have a little bit of help, like a short spelling bee. So it took the pressure off of me to be that one who manages all the education, and gave me the benefit of then turning mom back into support, being able to say, hey, I know that instructor assigned get it out, I'll help you. It took so much pressure off of me, and I will forever be grateful. The other benefit of a one-on-one tutor is for students that want to move ahead quickly, you have a guide to help them get where they're trying to go in a way that is consistent and makes sense. Additionally, for students who maybe are a little behind in their grade level, have some gaps in their foundation, you can get them caught up and moving forward consistently so that they close those gaps and build their confidence in knowing that they are amazing problem solvers who can learn to overcome any subject. So I hope that that helps to clarify what our 3 trifecta of opportunities are. And last but not least, I will tell you that because of the latest, most current information, ILA has decided to start our semester later. And so August 31st is the date that we're looking at starting online classes, because we want to have time for you as parents to be able to get settled. Make sure that what the charters are doing works for you, that you have a plan in place, and we will be available the whole month to help you if you need support, advice, or just someone to talk to. We understand the struggle. ILA is filled with homeschooling administrators and instructors who have been where you are right now, but without the exact same challenges. So know that you can rely on us. Reach out to us at community@inspirelearningacademy.com, and we'll help you to see the greatness in homeschooling, regardless of the circumstances. I hope you have a great day. Take care, and we'll talk again soon.